Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with the part 3 of What If Naruto The Regretful Family. This was supposed to be a one shot what if, but I wanted, I kind of got overboard, and yeah, this is going to be a 4 part one shot now. This is the second last part of this series, and I hope you enjoy it. So, without further ado, before continuing, I would like to tell you guys that I wanted to make a shout out, a weekly based thing. So I will be giving shout out next Saturday as well. So before continuing, I would like you guys to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, comment down below if you like my content. It helps me a lot and keeps me motivated. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Last time, Minato yelled at Naruto, telling him that he is useless and can't use chakra, so therefore that is why he is to be wed instead of Minma to the Raikage. After hearing this, Naruto walked off from Namikaze compound and was at now Senju compound, and he was sad and crying, and Tsunade and Jiraiya were there consoling him and telling him that it will get better. And after some time, Sarutobi also arrived to do the same thing. Present. Let's continue. It has been 1 week that the confrontation with Minato Kushina had occurred, and Naruto was still at Senju compound, never once leaving it. Senju compound was kind of his asylum now. He was training in wood style and boil release, and was making progress with the help of Tsunade and Jiraiya and Hiruzen. Meanwhile, his family tried to contact him by going to Senju compound, but Tsunade declined them, saying he is not available at the moment or he is busy. After which they will go back home deflated and depressed, because they now wanted to repair their relationship with Naruto or spend some time with him, because he was going to leave the village and only 3 weeks were left before his departure. After another week, Tsunade asked him to meet them for once, because for the past 2 weeks they had been nagging her constantly and she was tired of it. After some time, Naruto finally agreed to meet with them just so they can get off Tsunade's back. Now we see him outside main gate of Namikaze residence. Naruto sighed to himself and knocked on the door. After some time, the door opened and in front of him was Kushina with a smile on her face. Ohayo, Naruto. How have you been? I've been well, Kushina-sama. How have you been? He said in an emotionless voice. Kushina winced at this Kushina-sama thingy instead of him calling her Ka-chan. I've been good. Come on inside, she said, as both of them were now in the living room, where Menma, Mito and Minato were already present. Greetings, Hokage-sama, Menma-san, Mito-san, Naruto said with a bow. They were heartbroken at their brother/son's behavior. Greetings, Naruto, said Minato. Well, you called for me, Hokage-sama, he said with a emotionless voice. Minato was taken back by this. Well, I just called you to spend time with us as a family, because you haven't been home for last 2 weeks, and we were kind of getting worried, Minato said with a smile at the end. With all due respect, Hokage-sama. Not to be rude, but you never bothered before. I had taken care of myself in the past, and since I was 4, and will continue to do so. Now as for why I wasn't hit back, I was with my family, learning about political marriage, and so on, from them, and wish to continue to do so. Before he could say any more, Kushina cut him by saying, What family? We are your real family, Sochi. And you didn't have to go there at Senju compound for that. I could have told you myself. She finished with a smile, hoping that Naruto would agree to her. As silence fell upon the room. Some time later, Naruto continued. I would like to study about political marriage rules and so on stuff from Senju library, because marriage between Senju Hashirama and Mito Uzumaki has been held before, and it was a political marriage, and because of that the library of Senjus contain more than enough material. Besides, you don't have to bother yourself with the likes of me. Now if that is all, I would be leaving. as I have yet to learn more about this stuff. He finished with a bow. He then began to leave, leaving his family heartbroken. Both Venma and Mito were quiet, shedding silent tears throughout their conversation because they had yet to recover from the previous confrontation, and this one was a hammer to the nail. They never thought that their actions would destroy their relationship with their brother. Kushina was sobbing and Minato was thinking about the meeting that had taken place after his return from the Iron Country, while he too shed silent tears. Flashback: Konoha Council meeting room. There was Shinobi Council consisting of clan heads, village elders Koharu, Himura, Danzo, and Hiruzen, the previous Hokage, as well as civilian council. And last but not least, Hokage himself, Minato Namikaze, in the meeting room. "So, how did the meeting go?" asked Himura, as everyone looked towards Minato. After he explained what events had taken place at Iron Country and what decisions were made. After he finished, there was silence in the room before Tazumi asked, "So, did he agree? If he didn't, he will, because we will order him to do so. After all, he is a chakra-less bastard, son of the fourth. He should feel honored by doing such noble act," said one civilian from civilian council, as all clan heads Hiruzen and Minato narrowed their eyes at him, sending killer intent at him before he deflated and sat back. "He agreed," Minato said, as clan heads were shocked, as well as Hiruzen, Himura, and Danzo, and Koharu. Now both of their as you asked, why Himura and Koharu? Now both of their grandchildren were quite attached and inspired by the boy. Who were there, you asked? Konohamaru and Corpse, Udon and Mogi, of course. Danzo smirked and said, "Well, what a noble act indeed. He would have been an excellent shinobi if he had any chakra, but the will of fire still burns brightly within him," he finished, as everyone agreed with the Warhawk for the first time in their life. But Minato remained quiet, with emotionless face. Shikaku then asked, after seeing his friend in such state, "Minato, what is it that you aren't telling us?" As Inoichi, Hiyashi, Tatsumi, Fugaku, Choza, Shibi were looking at their friend with concern. "Well, after I told him about the marriage, he didn't took it quite well. Well, at first, and then I got angry and said something bad and sent him to his room. And when I realized what I have done, he came downstairs at that time and left to the Senju compound, and he didn't even call us Ka-chan or To-chan anymore," Minato said as he finished his statement, as a silent tear fell down from his face. Everybody was shocked at this, as everybody thought that it was kind of a slap on Minato's and Kushina's face, as Naruto has stopped acknowledging them as his parents. "Please, everybody, leave. This meeting is adjourned," said Minato, choking on his sob, as everybody left the room. And Minato began to cry. End of the flashback. Naruto was at Senju compound again, and he was greeted by Jiraiya and Tsunade, who then began to train him without asking any question because they already knew what had taken place. Link break. At Raikage's office, A was looking at her soon-to-be husband's file that she received from Jiraiya's summon as per order of Hokage. So he's a taijutsu specialist, since he can't use chakra. I think that will do, for now at least, she thought as she looked at his picture. She had a small shade of red on her cheeks. Well, I got to admit, he is quite handsome. And just to think what he will look like in the future. As A thought to herself, and then she began to do the paperwork. The worst enemy of every Kage. Link break. Back with Naruto at Senju compound. It was last week of his stay at Konoha, and he didn't even bother to visit his so-called family. the Namikaze and Uzumakis, of course, and was spending time training and with Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Konohamaru and Corpse because he considered them his real family. He also asked for blessings from Jiraiya and Tsunade alongside Hiruzen as he considered them his original family, and even asked Jiraiya about sex and stuff. Jiraiya was more than happy to give him the talk, and so the week came to an end as Naruto, Jiraiya and Tsunade left Konoha. 2 days earlier, after saying byes to Konohamaru and Corpse, Guys and Lee and Hiruzen and Asuma, who he considered his precious people and his family, and left. After 1 day, they arrived at Iron Country and were staying as guests of Iron Kage at his mansion. And after another 2 days, at that day of their wedding, Raikage A arrived with her entourage consisting of B, Yujito Ni, Darui, E, and Mabui, her assistant. And so did Namikaze and Uzumaki family. With Hiruzen, Naruto was in his room, in traditional black yukata, and A was in a white kimono, as both A and Naruto were in front of some people consisting of Hiruzen, Uzumaki and Namikaze family, and Jiraiya Tsunade alongside with Konohamaru, who was Naruto's best man, much to the sadness and annoyance of Menma, and sadness of his father, of course, from Konoha side, along with Darui, Samui, Yujito, B, Mabui from Kumo side of group, and Iron Kage began then. Now today we are here to witness the marriage of and bonding of two souls as well as two families, and you can say two villages. May God bless them and might they have a healthy marriage and relation. Now, Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, do you take a Yotsuki as your wife and promise to be with her in good or bad in life till the end? Iron Kage said, "Hi, I Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze swear on a blood oath that I will make a Yotsuki happy and will be loyal to her in good or bad of life until there is not a single breath left in my body." Naruto finished with the determination in his eyes, shocking both sides of people and Iron Kage, while A had a blush on her face. After his statement, now he asked the same thing to A, which she replied same as Naruto. "And now you may kiss the bride," said the Iron Kage, finishing his sentence and statement, as A bent a little and Naruto kissed her. Not just simple kiss, like French kissed her. Thanks to Jiraiya, after the kiss ended, A had big blush on her face, and as it indicated that it was her first and foremost best experience. And Naruto also had a blush on his face, and Jiraiya was crying tears of joy and happiness in the crowd, much due to Tsunade's annoyance. As after the ceremony was ended, Naruto met with B, Darui, Samui and Yujito Mabui, who also had blush on their faces due to Naruto's appearance. He was quite handsome for his age, you might ask, and buffed up too. A was still in daze due to their kiss. And so after saying goodbyes to everyone, by everyone I mean Hiruzen, Konohamaru, Tsunade, Jiraiya, Naruto and the Kumo group began to leave before Minato approached Naruto and A. "Naruto, here, take this," he said, handing a scroll towards him. "What is it, Hokage-sama?" Naruto asked. "It's your inheritance, son, from us as a parting gift." Minato finished with a smile, hoping that his son would take him up from the offer. Naruto looked towards A, who just told him that it is his decision whether to take his inheritance or not. "I am sorry, but I don't need it, Hokage-sama. Now I bid you farewell," he said by giving him a bow, and left, a heartbroken Minato. After 3 days of travel, the Kumo group and Naruto finally arrived at Kumogakure. as this is where I'm gonna be leaving off this part, guys. I hope you like this one, and next one will be quite a long one, and the last one, I guess. So yeah, this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing out.